false entities like objects or things like fruits, names of fruits like pineapple, grapes, apple, papaya, whatsoever. Then chicken, rice, fried rice, so on. What happens is the thought power goes down. That excitation, the false view that we are eating things that are available, that false view eradicates gradually, and still the tasting is there. Only the false view goes away, which is actually the wrong view, that there is a self and there is an external world full of all these objects and entities and people. Now just imagine, now when we close our eyes, do we have our body parts even? Just close your eyes and just check. The moment we close our eyes, this hand, finger, legs, toes, even nose, eyes, ears, all are thoughts. We believe they are our body parts. But aren't they also thoughts? So when we close our eyes, of course, it is obvious that they are thoughts. Because when we open our eyes also, they are thoughts. But still, then since you can capture the visual input, like the eye perceives the visual image of them, you might see as if they are like solid things, solid parts of the body. But when we close our eyes and contemplate, it is very clear that they are thoughts. So even if we close our eyes, the moment we say the leg, the derived matter or the mental image of the leg appears. And it happens with all other body parts also. When you open your eyes, what happens is, when the eye perceives the body parts, that name arises in the mind. So this name form combination is not done by anyone. Once introduced, it's forever. Once and forever. Name form combinations are once and forever. The only strategy to get rid of this name form magic is to see through it using this philosophy, or actually the wisdom of truth. Penetrate through this thought with the wisdom. That is how they initially got created, how the first thought got created. If one can penetrate through that, such a person liberates from the illusion of all thoughts, because the Lord Buddha's example, if someone understands the stem pattern of a single mango leaf, such a person does not have to go on checking all leaves of the mango tree, because it's the same. So all thoughts, let's say, this thought creation happens in relation to all sensory faculties. Now we looked at the taste in relation to the gustatory inputs. Then for the ear, the sounds, the ear perceives sounds, but what we hear are crow's sound, father's voice, mother's voice, car horn, the sound of the train, peacock sound, the singing of someone, so on and so forth. They are mere thoughts, just mental construct. So, any thought, the composition is the same, name and form. Now, in relation to the ear, names are father's voice or peacock sound. It, it gets entangled with those unique sound perceptions. So, nose, if we consider the thought creation in relation to the nose, the smell of the jasmine, the smell of the pineapple, the smell of the perfume. So, when the smell becomes the smell of the perfume, there is another process that happens within as a natural phenomenon. It is the law of mind. Once one particular sensory faculty functions, now in relation to smell, the nose, in no time, all other sensory faculties come to work, and mind consciousness end up creating a unified image or perception, actually, with the name assigned. So this collective interplay of sensory faculties is what that creates the uh, final kind of magic. Otherwise, individual sensory experiences were they are at the radiant mind level. I mean, that was the experience of an infant, even. So, what happens when we know this mechanism? So, when we know this mechanism, the thought power goes down. The heaviness of the thought goes down when we know that it is just a concept. And when we know that they are just projections of the vibrations, they are mere thoughts. When someone is in total ignorance, what happens is certain projection of vibrations occur. So the person identifies it as chair. Actually, it is the mind consciousness that identifies it as chair. And then the existence feel arise in no time as if the chair is existing out there. Then the next danger is on the other side, the self arises. The person who experiences or who sees the existing chair. So that is the trap. So when we know that this chair is just sound and color or name and form combination, that the reversal happens. Reversal in the sense the existence feel will not arise when we see through that stimulus. And then the self perception will not arise. So that is why Lord Buddha recommended for anyone who approaches or who steps into the path should be skillful enough to see through each and every thought. So we are talking about a beginner at initial level. It is very important to know the true message and then to apply it. It is actually explained in the term Tatra Tatra Vipassati. If someone is skillful enough to penetrate through each and every thought, first he or she should listen to true Dhamma, then that is what we mean by wisdom of truth, and then should apply it to each and every thought so that liberation from thought will occur. Liberation of thought in the sense that thought power will not arise when it's like when you know the strategies used by the magician to create magic, you won't be deceived. So that is the same phenomenon. So that is why it is very important to participate in practical programs. In the one-day practical programs, any person can experience this non no self nature. Actually, not, this needs conscious practice at the beginner level. Then it will become a part and parcel of your daily life. So there are a lot of opportunities to experience this through Dhamma. So make use of these opportunities and let's be determined to liberate from this suffering, this cycle of life and death, which is terrifying and scary. It is just a matter of understanding there is no existence other than a stimulus. It is just stimulus, 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 or thought, thought, thought. The life, the duration of life is just 17 split seconds. It is so short. In the conventional world, we talk about the life and death. That death is nothing but a thought. So that is why we say that when somebody understands this truth or realize the truth, he or she transcends death. Death is another label assigned to a certain thought or a stimulus. That's it. So the more you penetrate through the thought or the stimulus, more confident you will be about the nothingness of the external world and absence of the so-called self. So that is the ultimate truth disclosed to the world by Gautama Buddharajanan Vahanse. So in Buddothpado sermons, uh, you can listen to this message uh, free of charge. I mean, you don't have to spend a single cent. You can, they are freely available in websites, YouTube, and there are live discussions, Zoom discussions. You can pose your questions by participating in them, and uh, even this 24-hour English Zoom is a concept of Buddothpado Aryan Vahanse with the pure intention of spreading this message to those who speak English. Uh, so please make use of this opportunity and may the Noble Triple Gem bless you all, Dhamma friends, and Theruvan Saranai Aryan Vahanse. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time.
තෙරුවන් සරණයි ආර්යයන් වහන්සේ. May I pay homage at your feet? තෙරුවන් සරණයි Dhamma friends. So, Buddothpado sermons helps you to get free from suffering. Now we know that. But for that, you have to know the truth. What is the truth? Truth is that this world you see, the world you hear, the smell, the taste, and think are not real. What we think there in outside is not there. The more you take the outside world as true, as real, more powerful your thoughts are. That means more powerful yourself or your soul. Because you can't separate the world and you. Actually, you are the world and world is you. So this supreme truth is revealed by deep wisdom. So Buddothpado sermons presents a very rare series of Dhamma sermons. Actually not heard before. Being freed from all the suffering, the everlasting peace, eternal bliss is made known to the world by Buddothpado Aryan Hansa. So if one goes through this Dhamma, one can see that this Dhamma is embodied with profound meanings, and it cannot be taken by mind. It's, as Aryan Mahasa emphasizes, it's a feel. A feel is which cannot be written in a book. Also, this is not actually can't find in any book. This Dhamma could be expounded only through experiences. So as we know now, in Dhamma, one should be practical, especially when you are seeking for Nibbana. Because Nibbana is not something you can get from a book. It's not knowledge either. You can't go out and find it anywhere. We have done that for a long, long time. It is not in a book, not in a person, even not in a monk. Why is that? That's because it is something you find within yourself. Actually, come to think of it, there's nothing called Nibbana. It's also a word. Nibbana is when the fire within you is extinguished. Then you will feel the solace and tranquility within yourself. That is why this is a Sandittika, Akalika, Ehipassika, Dhamma, which cannot be explained. So, Buddothpado Aryan Wahanse gives the example. It is like the taste of the salt. We can't explain it. Also, we can't say it was in that book, that monk said so, it was there, you can find Nibbana here. No, you have to see it within yourself. So, as long as we are in the darkness of ignorance, in the mundane world, everyone is bound to wrong visions and wrong concepts. As long as the external world is true, you will be in total delusion and you are bound to suffer. There won't be any freedom from suffering at all. So, how can we come out of it? For that, you have to recognize the truth. Listen to Dhamma, contemplate, and get the deep truth which is revealed by deep wisdom. So, you know that we can't take this from mind. So, to see the deep truth, one has to be free from the thoughts. That is when you will be awakened to the deep wisdom. Once we see through the wisdom, then only we can see the illusion we are in. It's actually like we are in a prison itself. Actually, it's like we are in our own prison. We ourselves have put up bars around it. So the door might be open, but we won't come out because the truth is out there, but we don't want to see the truth. So, whatever we think to be is not true. The outside world is not true. That is why we all are suffering. So, as long as the truth is not known, so long the imprisonment will be. Imprisonment means we are trapped in this illusion and we are bound to suffer. So now you know the prison is open, you can come out, but some are still like to be in the illusion. So, as I said, the door is open, the true Dhamma is out there, but we don't want to come out. Why are we scared of the truth? Because we are comfortable in the prison itself. We are just like a fish in water. We don't know that there is a outside a beautiful world. where there is no more suffering. Buddothpado sermons has opened and cleared the path for you. The path is very clear. You don't have to run about here and there to in search of Nibbana. The path is very clear. So it's your time to get free and go on the path. So as I said, Buddothpado sermons show you the correct path. And Buddothpada Aryan Wahanse, our noble friend, has travelled along this path and explains Dhamma through his own experiences and own recognitions. And it is the correct path to freedom. Freedom from thoughts. Freedom from suffering. It is the path to see the truth. And it is the path, it is the way to total freedom. So once in the path, you have to be very open-minded and very humble, just like nature. Actually, it's the nature. It's like nature is preaching to you. But once you are mature in Dhamma, you will understand that there is actually no self, no person. So those who are traveling in this path should not seek refuge in individuals at all. If you seek refuge on an individual, you will never find Dhamma. You know that Lord Buddha said, so Dhammam passati, so mam passati. One who sees Dhamma will see me. Buddha is nature himself. There is no use to try and find him in a form. So anyone who truly wants to end the suffering can listen to Buddothpado sermons. There are about 12,000 sermons in the YouTube for you to listen. So inquire it with your wisdom, not with knowledge. Once practicing, you will experience Dhamma within you. So the Dhamma or the truth will come out through you. This is your time, the Buddothpado time. This is the time to be free from samsara, from suffering. Be free from the ignorant, mundane world, where there is nothing to be called permanent. Also, you have to understand that this is not a belief system. Buddothpado talks contains the variety of experiences experienced by people who are sincerely listening, studying and practicing the path. After some time, actually, you will find the deep inside transformation. So, it is a time to think whether we are real Buddhists. Do you want to go to heaven or Brahma world? As Aryanvasa says, you don't have to die and go to heaven or Brahmaloka. It can happen when you are alive in this life because it is in your thoughts. The 31 planes of existence is in one thought. So the 31 planes you are imagining does not exist in outside world. It is in your own thoughts. So as long as you don't know the truth, you are in the darkness of ignorance. If you want to see the 31 planes of existence, you have to see the truth of one thought, because a thought is a vibration. For that, you have to go through the practical path. Today, there are so many practices such as meditation therapy, breathing meditation, concentration meditation, but these are actually not real Buddhism. Mostly these are Hindu practices. So we have to remember that Lord Buddha has preached a never heard before Dhamma. So we know that the story of Upaka Ajivaka, who asked Lord Buddha, "Who are you? Are you a god? Are you a Brahma? Are you human?" So what did Lord Buddha say? Lord Buddha said, "I am Buddha." It's actually a state. And also Lord Buddha went to see the 5 hermits and preached Dhammacakkappavattana Sutra, isn't it? He didn't say do the concentration meditation. So likewise, concentration meditation, it was there even before Lord Buddha. So once you know this Dhamma, you will understand that there is no being, no living being, nothing existent. So that is the state of Buddha. But still we can do the meritorious deeds as usual, with the understanding that there is nothing existent. So in mundane world, we do meritorious deeds with the hope of going to higher planes, isn't it? For example, say we are doing an alms giving. though it is a meritorious deed, we tend to do it with attachments, isn't it? And in the procedure, we might get angry with someone or something, find fault with others, and so on. Then that won't be a meritorious deed, isn't it? So once you are in the path, you still can do the meritorious deeds. Can go to temple, can worship Buddha, do anything like that. But what is the difference? The difference is that we understand that all these are mental creations. When you are mature in the path, you will know that these are actually vibrations. We know that all these are mental creations created by the power generated by the various levels of vibrations. And also we know that there is nothing in a vibration. So there's nothing to get attached or disattached. Only mental creations or chitta-rupa. So when you see the truth of a thought and the internal transformation happens, because you know there's nothing in a thought, it's just a vibration, what you experience is that the desires, anger, hatred, all are dissolving. You feel the fire within getting diminished. That's when the liberation from mind begins. But this transformation varies because we were in the downstream or the anusotaya for a long time. So to come to patisotaya or the upstream, you have to turn towards yourself and feel the transformation within, which means you have to feel the fire within is getting diminished. So if a question arises, can anyone come to this patisotaya or to the upstream? Yes, Lord Buddha has said anyone can come to the patisotaya. So we know the story of Angulimala in Lord Buddha's time. He was actually called Ahinsaka. Later, he began to kill thousands of people to collect fingers. So, but later he met Lord Buddha and attained arhathood. So you must have heard about the Angulimala Pirita, which diminishes the labor pain. So at Lord Buddha's time, Angulimala was told to make a wish, thinking that you have never killed anybody and that pain will go away. Angulimala Thero was wondering, how can I do that? Because I have taken lives of so many people. But Lord Buddha explains that it was a past thought and the past is gone. Even that thought you think at this moment. So in this present moment, there is no one who killed people. So this present moment does not exist either. So if there is an existing past, which means if you take the past was real, and obviously me was there. So as I said, if there is an existing past, which means if you take the past was real and I was there, I killed people, then there will be a present and future as well. And we have to remember this is a akalika or timeless Dhamma. Also, there will be a self or a person who was in the past. Me, my, mine concept. But we know that there is nothing in a thought. The present moment thought also a mirage, an illusion. So if you go through Sutra Deshana, Lord Buddha has preached in Buddothpada Sutra, Atitannata Gammeya, Nappatitancha Anagata, Pachuppannancha ye Dhamma, Tatra Tatra Vipassati. So the entire Buddhist doctrine can be found in this phrase. So at this moment, I invite you all to listen to Buddothpado Sutra Deshana as well, because our noble friend Buddothpada and Mahansa explains this Sutra Deshana beautifully. But we should not add this as a knowledge. This has to be felt, not with mind, but with wisdom. It is not easy. And lots of people take this with mind. And they can say that there is nothing in this moment, but we have to feel it. It's easy to say, but to feel that there is nothing in this moment is another story. So about Angulimala's story, so once Angulimala Thero felt that there is nothing in that moment, he became an Arahant. So now we know that Lord Buddha has preached to the world a never heard before Dhamma. It is cause and effect Dhamma, cause and effect doctrine. So it is not karma pala or the action and effect Dhamma. So when we talk about the cause and effect Dhamma, sound, colors, shape, taste, smell, touch are the cause, and effect is the creation. Actually, all this happens to a speedy vibrations. So now we know that all the senses get together to make an mental image. Though this image is an illusion, it has all the components. Say, if I say a jasmine flower, one will get the image of a jasmine flower. I said only a sound. The jasmine flower is a sound. The color, the smell, the softness of the petals, you get it, isn't it? Also, one might get the image of the jasmine plant in your garden and have your mother or yourself pick jasmine flowers and go to the temple. Likewise, the thoughts will go on and on. Only started with the jasmine flower sound. Is actually there's a jasmine flower in the sound? No, it is only a sound vibration. Okay, now does the mental image has a jasmine flower in it? No, it is only a vibration. So now you understand how everything is created. You say anything, mother, father, tree, car, van, house, anything, a river, a waterfall, anything is created like that. So Aryan Hans explains how the light becomes real. So if you go through the sermons, Lord Buddha has said, the birth of your eye is your birth. So likewise, everything happens then and there. It's actually like you are in a dream or you are watching a film. All are concepts. So what happens when you listen to Buddothpado sermons? When you listen to Buddothpado sermons for some time, you come out of all the false beliefs, the mithya drushti, the wrong visions, wrong notions and misconceptions. So, wrong notion of that there is a outside world. So, lot of people, they don't even know that they are living in a dream or in the wrong notion. So when we say society or world, it's also a wrong view. For example, as I said, chair, tree, mother, father, child, everything including language. In other words, Sabba Sankara is a wrong vision. So all the volitional formations are a wrong notion, which means whatever we talk, whatever the word we utter, any action and any thought which comes to our mind is a wrong notion. So when we talk about thoughts are more dangerous because thoughts leads to words and also leads to action, isn't it? And we know that it is not easy to prevent the continuous stream of thoughts that comes to your mind. No one can escape thoughts. So it's like, say, if the eyes are open, we will see, isn't it? If the eyes are open, obviously we will see something. We can hear sounds because we have ears. Ears are exposed. So if you eat or drink something, you can't prevent the taste come into your tongue, can you? Even say it is bitter, we can't prevent it. Also, we can't stop being cold or warm. You feel it. Your skin actually feel it. So likewise, we can't stop a smell coming to the nose. So it could be a good smell or a bad smell. We can't stop it. Likewise, we can't stop thoughts coming to the mind. Because like other senses, the mind's duty is to create the thoughts. So even if we wanted, we can't escape thoughts, can we? So thoughts also could be bad thoughts. Bad thoughts means about someone or something. He has done me this, she has done me that, likewise. And also it could be a past thought and then oscillate to a future thought. So you might be planning to do something in future. Actually, every single moment a thought creates. So, it's the mind sensor. It's the work of the mind sensor. So, the thought, it's like a string of thoughts. It ties up everywhere to anything. So, likewise, we do whatever the mind says. You know, some people kill someone, they could kill someone. Then the next moment they repent because he did it, but the mind won't come to help you, will it? So you can't escape that by telling my mind said so. So a fraction of a second is enough for someone like Ahinsaka to become Angulimala, and also the Angulimala to become a Arhat. So actually this is a story of a one vibration. The beauty is that the story of a one vibration. So now we know we can't escape thoughts. So what we can do is to understand the thoughts. Understand the thoughts and let go. But this letting go happens with the understanding, not by knowledge. So once you understand a thought, you don't get attached to it or disattached, which means the anger, the hatred, the jealousy, or the ill will, or whatever doesn't happen, because you know that there's nothing in a thought, it's just a vibration. So how do you feel it? You feel that internal calmness actually, because the burning sensation is getting diminished. So that's the feel. So Aryan Mahansa emphasizes actually it's worthwhile for the prisoners to listen to this true Dhamma. The same way Lord Buddha helped Angulimala to come out of the suffering. So likewise, these people too need help. So as we said, Lord Buddha's discourses is actually based on the principles of the cause and effect doctrine. It is not theory, it is not knowledge, it is practical. It actually shows how the soul or self is created. And once you practice this, you will understand that there is no soul at all. And there was never a soul actually. So this practical side cannot be written in a book, as you know. Actually, this is a science. So even children at the age of 7 could understand with a simple explanation, like small Rahula understood when Lord Buddha has shown the image of himself in water. It is how the thoughts are created, and the outside world is in your own mind. So that's why when we talk about small children, their mind is uh, they don't have much defilements as adults. So if you tell this true Dhamma, they will understand. So that's why Aryan Mahansa emphasizes on adding cause and effect Dhamma to this Dhamma school books. Lord Buddha has said, anyone who sees Dhamma can attain Nibbana. So it could be a lay person, a housewife, a child. The age does not matter at all. So as Lord Buddha said, one does not have to go anywhere looking for Nibbana, because Nibbana is always there, always within you. You only have to search within. So as Lord Buddha said, even lay persons can see Nibbana. Sivana Pirisa, monks and lay persons. We know the story of Gatikara. He is a non-returner. Just because he is a lay person, no one can disregard him. So the status of a bhikkhu cannot be judged by what he is wearing. Bhikkhu, bhikshu is the one who has the understanding of the non-existence of the current thought. Nisatto, nisjivo, shunyo. So one has to observe the origin, the creation of the thought. Then only he will understand that there is nothing in a thought. So if we talk about a bit about concentration meditation and insight meditation, Aryan Mahansa explains Dassana Pahatabba. So only the insight meditation will take you to Nibbana. With concentration meditation, the notion of self, me, my mind exists. a person can just think uh, that now I am relieved from the concept of me and mine by doing concentration meditation. But what happens here is that me concept or the ego becomes more prominent, more powerful. This comes as a thought. And now we know that the thought is an illusion. It is actually different from the actual realization. So, through concentration meditation or breathing meditation, the realization cannot be achieved because in that situation, self is still there, and it is, as I said, it's more powerful. So how can we get rid of the self? It's actually only by insight meditation. And also observing continuously whether in whatever you do, in whatever activity, whatever you speak, whatever you do, in your thoughts, whether self comes up. That's where the 4 points of contemplation helps. It helped to see that actually there was never a self. So if we talk about the first point of contemplation, while in walking meditation, one sees that there is nothing in outside, it's all a mind creation. For example, if we take a tree, we can contemplate whether it is outside or in the mind, and you will know that it's a mind creation. It could be anything you see, you hear, you smell, taste, or feel. So all these are concepts which was introduced to you when you were small. So in first point of contemplation, you will see that it is all in your mind, a mind creation. You think it's a coconut tree. You think it's a dog. You think it's a flower. Likewise, whatever you see, whatever you hear, whatever you smell, whatever you feel, hot or cold, so all are thoughts, isn't it? So at day to day, say you are at home, imagine you are drinking a tea. You think you are drinking. You think that you are drinking a tea. You think it's the taste of sugar. You think it's a plain tea, or you think it's a milk tea. Likewise, when you start practicing, yes, so likewise when you start practicing this way, whenever you are doing any home activity like sweeping, brushing, cleaning, watering plants, teaching a child, you can contemplate that all what you are doing is a thought. So imagine you are drinking the plain tea and you feel the taste of the you feel the taste to the tongue, isn't it? And if you think that there is too much sugar in this tea, how can I drink it? I have diabetes. My sugar level will go up. Who made this tea? Doesn't she know I am diabetic? And so on and so on. Then obviously you are in thoughts. Then you will feel the burning sensation within, isn't it? This is very practical. Now, if we contemplate why and how this happened, you will understand that it is because the outside world has become real to you. There is a plain tea and there is me who is drinking it. And this plain tea is not to my liking. And lots of thoughts around the tea. So imagine a person in the mundane world where the world is true to him. Then there is a me who is drinking the tea. So the thoughts, repeatedly he is getting thoughts and he has given a value to the thought. So it creates power. A duality is created. So if the power is more, he might even throw the tea, shout at the person who made the tea, and it will go on and on. So if we carefully analyze this, all this happened because the tea has become a thing. So if one sees through this aramuna or the thought, how it was created, actually then you will understand there was nothing in a thought. So a thought makes you suffer. We have to understand this. So we invite you all to see this beautiful Dhamma and free yourself from suffering. So we are very grateful to Aryan Mahansa for giving this Dhamma to the world. So Teruvan Saranai, Aryan Mahansa, may I pay homage at your feet. Teruvan Saranai, Dhamma friends.
Triparjan bless you all. Welcome you to the Zoom sermons. Thank you, Aaron Hansen, for sharing the noble truth with everyone, with us. So we were talking in different angles about the truth. It's mainly about the potential for this mind. We have to pay attention and try and understand what is the potential for suffering. Potential for suffering is actually the consciousness. Misunderstanding about the consciousness, basically. That's the potential for suffering. What does that mean? There's no one, nobody here. But when the consciousness is there, according to the nature, there would be formation of a mind. So you can't prevent formation of a mind. Even an Arahant or a Buddha will get thoughts. So then what is the importance of understanding this? What is the big issue here? Or what is our intention of talking about this magic, formation of mind? Formation of mind, if we don't know the reality, it becomes a magic and we actually get trapped in that thinking that everything is true. Because the mind gives us a manifestation like a film. Yeah. In the morning you get up, you go to the kitchen, you get ready, you may go to work, you may go to you might do anything throughout the day. But don't you feel that actually you were there in that dream, in the sense that it is active dream, the active happening? You felt as voluntary happening. You never felt as in everything is involuntary. Everywhere you felt it was voluntary, like someone is doing this or you are doing this. So you felt alive in that dream. You felt actually you are in that dream. You felt as you're doing things. You felt that everything is happening to you. What else did you feel? Nothing. That's what you felt. You felt, sometimes you felt something is happening to you. Sometimes you felt you are doing something. So everything spiraled around you, in the sense you kind of become the center. Either you are being touched or you are touching. Either you are being watched or you are watching. Either you are being heard or you are hearing. Either you are being smelled or you are smelling. I don't know whether someone can taste you, but otherwise you are tasting. So you felt as you're thinking, or you felt as others are thinking. You felt as you're talking, or you felt as others are talking. You felt your body is very important. You felt the body is carrying you. Really, this is the basics that Lord Buddha was trying to tell everyone. So who are you? Because I told now multiple things. Either you feel this or that, this or that, this or that, this or that. So who are you? No, then there's no answer. Try and dissect and see whether the whole body, whether you are there. No. Then you really thinking, oh, maybe the thinking ability is me. And that's not either. Then what is this hidden potential for this mind? That's a formless world. But what is the hidden potential for this mind? What is the importance of Aranhanse's Dhamma? Is it only about the body or only about the mind, or what is? It's about completely cessation of suffering, in the sense complete cessation of potential for suffering as well. Not just suffering here, the potential for suffering. How do we stop the potential for suffering? Do you understand this Dhamma? What is the potential for suffering? So when you actually understand the whole one stimuli, you are actually understanding all these levels, potential for suffering as well. What is that level? The feel level, the consciousness level. If you don't understand everything, the mind, the body, the mind, the consciousness, you haven't actually understood them. So be careful. Be careful about not stopping, in the sense, don't stop your research until you come to understanding of non-vibration or feeling of non-vibration. As soon as you hear this Dhamma, you can enter this path. Becoming the fruition level is a difficult scenario. Why? Because of the thickness of your thought. In the sense how truly you believe in these thoughts, how strong the views are. Stronger the views, less chance that you will actually feel this Dhamma, the non-vibration. We talked about the baby from the beginning of the talks, the Zoom sermon days. We talked about the baby, the zygote, the fetus, and then the small, say, 6-week baby kind of thing. Baby doesn't have a strong mind. It's slowly picking up perceptions like mother. But for that to become a view, it should repeatedly come. One stimuli should repeatedly come, but even if that is not the case, all the stimuli, all the perceptions are making your mind world, form world. So if you have millions of perceptions, they are all in the form world. That's how thick that would be. Views are very strong because they have come multiple times. But as I have told before, the strongest view ever is self. Why? Yes, every thought confirmed, every stimuli confirmed that shadow. It's actually a beautiful simile or metaphor used by, I don't know how to say it, that self is the shadow of the stimuli, which was never there. Can you say shadow is actually there? No, yeah, shadow is shadow. Shadow is not actually there. The shadow is manifested, isn't it? Yeah, shadow is manifested. But can you do anything with that shadow? There's potential for shadow, isn't it? Yeah, there's potential for shadow. But here, when you understand the whole stimuli, when you actually feel the non-vibration, potential is also it will be going down. But the feel you have that the consciousness is real will be slowly vanishing because you know it is not real now. Because you have felt the non-vibration. Because a lot of podcasts, a lot of scientists, a lot of spiritualists, they talk about the basic consciousness being basic. Actually, a lot of monks also talk about this mind not being not true. But they are stopping with the consciousness. If you are a keen listener of Buddothpado and has felt an non-vibration, you definitely, when you listen to any sermon, you can understand where that venerable monk will be trapped. Because if you're not sure how the consciousness is trapping you, you will be definitely trapped in the field world or the non-form world. Because you mistakenly understand that it is the the happiness that Lord Buddha was talking. So the long time ago, not long time ago, actually even now, long time ago also, a lot of people were talking about becoming the happiness, or becoming the they were talking about becoming the nature also, but in a different context. They were not talking about the problem with the consciousness, the potential for suffering. That level was never discussed anyway. Actually, people talk about the consciousness, but they take it as something that is kind of universal and stop there. So you become the universal consciousness and you stop there. Wow, this is something even talked in European or English speaking countries, not only even Eastern, the Asian countries. Becoming the universal consciousness and being happy forever kind of thing. But Mansi has gone beyond that. Did you feel that? Unless you pay so much attention to what he's trying to say every day, you would miss that. The potential for suffering is in the non-form. Even there was vibration even in the small baby. That is the basic eye consciousness, ear consciousness, touch consciousness, taste consciousness, and the smell consciousness. So what's the big deal about this? Nothing. You just have to understand how this consciousness is actually not true. It is a manifestation of the speed. What speed? The sensory faculty speed. If you actually get it, it will not become a thing to you. It will not fall into either side. Because all the time it is felt as a thing. In the mind, it is felt as a duality, but even non-form world, or when the mind is pierced, or mind is not a thing. The feel is felt as something happening here. That's the potential. That's the potential. Because it gives you the chance of having a thought or the self-perception. Wherever there is consciousness, there is chance of self-perception. It doesn't matter. You may be in asanya. That is, what is asanya? You don't feel anything for a long time. What is long time? 80 kalpas. We don't know even how long that is. So Lord Buddha said it's the longest time ever. Kind of you are in a big sleep. As soon as that time is over, there is the manifestation. It's not like a formless. It's not like form world, because form world you have a duality, but in the formless world it is just felt as a vibratory nature. It's feeling only. And definitely when there is a feel, there is potential for anything. Anything. It has the potential for 31 realms. It has potential for non-form, form, and sensual world. Because these worlds have this 31 realms. 31 realms can be divided into 3. That's what the sensual, the form, and the unformed world is. In the non-form, as the word suggests, there's no form at all. There's no form like light. Nothing. It's a feel only. We are inviting you to experience this. And even that feel, what Aranasi is explaining, even that feel, that basic consciousness, is just a manifestation of the speed. This is very beautiful Dhamma. If you get this, you're actually taking the whole tree out. There's no way that there's another tree at any point from that root. If you leave the root, there's a potential. There's a potential for another tree. Whatsoever, it can be a small thing. Maybe not grow into a long, big one. But even if it's whatever type of tree, there is a true fruit. There is a potential. So if you're actually taking a tree out and you want no trace at all, you have to take the whole root out, doesn't it? Yeah, likewise. It's a metaphor. Likewise, you have to understand and actually feel the non-vibration pass in this non-form world. We invite everyone. I mean, I don't think our invitation is, at this moment, our invitation is not that strong, not heard that much. But one day you will be searching for that. Why? You will understand that the whole 31 realms is suffering. Whole 31 realms is suffering. You have to get this. It's not like cutting your leg and suffering. No, this is something different. This is like potential for suffering. So a little baby had the potential, yes, even from the fetus, had this unformed, the vibratory nature of the self vibration, but there was ignorance as well. So it was felt as something happening here, and you thought it's me. Not you thought, actually, it is felt as here. So the message is like that. That's a normal way that it gives you the self perception. It starts to give the self perception as soon as the mind is formed. If you take, for an example, the first thought is mother, mom. As soon as the first thought is stabilized, because it takes time to stabilize. Just because he is uttering the word mom doesn't mean that it has stabilized. Usually, the baby will utter that just for nothing. I mean, just this is a revive, like repeat of the word he has heard. The baby has heard, baby hear mother saying mom, 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 mom. And according to the hearing, if the baby can hear this, there would be vibration of the vocal cords according to the hearing. That's why the mom word comes out from the throat, like the sound box. And it is released with the similar vocals, similar sound. But then mom jumps up and down in happiness. The baby can see this because seeing is also there. So then definitely baby is going to understand when I tell this word, this mom is acting, mom is responding. Then this thought is stabilizing slowly. The baby is getting the idea. This is mom. Because mom is jumping up and down when they hear the first word of mom. Whether it's dad, doesn't matter. Do you get this? So the thought is formed and it is confirmed again and again because the sound matches with the picture and the smell and the touch, everything. So the mind is properly formed. Perception is properly formed. And you have an idea now. Mom is the person who is giving milk to me. Mom is the one who is touching so caringly. Mom is the one who is hugging me tightly. Mom is giving me food. Mom is carrying me everywhere. Mom is calling me so sweetly. Mom looks so beautiful with long hair. Yeah, now fully the mom is formed. The view that mom is there. What is happening here? You didn't know that that was the beginning of the self as well. No, because no one talked about it. In a baby, there was potential for suffering, as I told. That is potential for mind. What is the potential for mind? Is this consciousness? Any alive field is a potential for the mind, potential for the 31 realms. But when we talk about a human, it's mainly the mind. So, first thought is form, second thought is form, like that there will be thoughts forming, mind starting. And slowly, this repetition, you can actually synchronize to the previous thought. As soon as mom enters the room, you're like, Mom. Wow. That's what the repetition is. That's what the synchronicity means. That's what the telepathization means. That's what the memory people call. Modern day, they thought the memories is actually in the brain. Brain is needed, yes, 100%. But memory is something like an iCloud, where you have the potential for telepathizing to each and every thought. Because thought is not stored anywhere, thought is just happening now, here and now. When everything permits, when everything comes, it can be the smell. So the babies actually imagine the child is looking at the other way, didn't see who is entering the room, get the smell of the mother, definitely child knows it's mom. How can that happen? Because this perception of mom has everything, all the 5 sensory organ vibrations that actually coalesce to form the mind, the thought. So when mom enters, even if the baby child has not seen mother yet, hasn't turned to the mother's side yet, looking at the toy, touching the toy, but fraction of a second you feel the smell. You know, mom. Just imagine the other way around. You are just playing with the toy. You hear mom shouting your name or the word that she used to tell you, whether it's dua, puta, or daughter, son, or name. It doesn't matter, whatever, because she may have a pet name for you. So, as very quickly as you hear the sound, nothing happened. You just heard a sound. What happened? There was ear consciousness. Yes. But what is coming now? Mom. There is no way that you can change this now. Because that is how quick the telepathizing happens. It was only a sound, but the mind, the thought, mom is coming. That's how it is. It is the normal phenomenon. So we told child was playing with the toys, heard the sound. As soon as the sound, it's like 2 sides of a coin. As soon as the sound is there, it is mother. Well, there's something else happening, which I'm trying to say. There's something else happening. But I'm trying to say that all the 5 sensory organs, so you understand that mind is actually the stimuli, or the thought is actually having all the 5 sensory faculties characteristics. Yes. So you heard something, and what came? Mom, because it's mom's voice. But it's a hearing from your side, yeah? Yeah, just heard something. And bang, it's mom. Didn't take fraction of a second for you to get that. You felt a smell. You felt only like a smell of mom's perfume. You know, definitely, you don't need time for you to decide that. It's mom. You were looking away from your toys. You suddenly see mom in front of you. It's a vision, yeah? It's just the eye faculty. But what do you see? Mom. That's how this mind works. It's a beautiful cinema unfolded. Suddenly, you were engrossed in your toys, and you didn't hear mom coming. You didn't see mom coming. You didn't feel any smell. But suddenly, mom is there's a touch. There's a touch. But as soon as you feel the touch, you already has recognized that it's mom. How? Because it is a similar touch you get. So this synchronicity is very important for you to understand, because synchronicity is needed to understand self-vibration, self-view, and self-perception. Because it's the same phenomena which happens, dear folks. It's the same phenomena. It is important to understand that in a simple way for you to feel how this synchronicity happens. That is what is people call memory. There's nothing actually called memory. It's not stored anywhere. It's just similarity of the vibrations. So the similarity of the vibration is the eye vibration, in the sense vision. Directly it is coming as mom. The vibration of the ear, mom is calling you, so it's a sound. And directly it comes mom. And then you felt a scent, or you felt there's a smell. You directly got it as mom. Taste, yeah, if it's a baby, if you get the taste of the milk, you know, definitely it is mom. If there's soft touch, or even a hard touch, it doesn't matter. If it is similar to the touches with mom, you know, definitely it is mom. You know, blind people understand the world by touching. Their sense is so specific and sensitive. They have they have so much differentiation of characteristics. They know just by touching who that is. Why are we talking about all this? This doesn't become a magic when you know about the magic, yeah? Yeah. Thoughts is a phenomena which is natural. So don't even think it is unnatural. It is natural, fully natural. So then why are we even bothered about this, to understand this? It's an important phenomena here. What? Thought is forming. When the thought is felt as real, because you don't know this magic, when the thought is felt as real, there's another thing happening. Thus, you get a perception that it's real. This is very, 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 very important to understand this. You get a perception that this is real. It has nothing to do with the actual stimuli. You get a perception that stimuli is real. Who can beat this now? It's very difficult to beat. Very difficult. That's why you are still not an arahant. So what happened? Yes, according to the Chittaniyam or the phenomena of thoughts are formed. Yes, no problem. There shouldn't be a problem. Is there a problem? No. But what happened here? All the time, when a perception of the stimuli or mother or chair, whatever, when that stimuli is felt as a thing, because you don't know the magic behind that, it's giving another perception that these are true. These are actual things. It's a perception. And there's a different problem now. What? Because you are in the mind world now. There's an urge to maintain these things in the mind world. Because now you feel that you are here, the mother is there. As soon as the perception occurs, this duality is formed. It's a natural thing as well, but it is completely misunderstood as it is. Because we don't know it is a mirage or it is a shadow effect of the stimuli. We didn't know. I mean, none of us knew until Lord Buddha found it 2,500 years ago, or 2,400 now, I'm not sure, but some like a long time ago, Lord Buddha found it by himself. That the feeling of self is this is how it has happened, he found. Then he identified that this thought that urge to maintain this dream is coming from actual feel that it is actually really there. Urge to maintain the dream is a very strong thing. That's why people are scared to die. Urge to maintain the feel also the same. It's very strong. That's why even a unicellular organ, you might say they don't have a big mind, they can die. Still, they like to continue, kind of, there's an urge for continuation of feel. That's why it is going to vibrate elsewhere when this one system is broken down. This urge has nothing to do with the actual system. Urge is coming from a different thinking pattern that these are actually there. You understand that the mother was actually a thought which actually had nothing to do with those five sensory organs. It's just formation, a collective effect of the five sensory organs, the mother. Yeah? The thought of the mother or thought of the chair, if you take it as chair, is a thought of the chair. But it's actually the combination or collective effect of the five sensory organs. If you touch the chair, you feel something, yes. But as soon as you touch the chair now, you get the idea quickly that it's a chair, not a bed. Isn't it? Just imagine you are blindfolded, like you have a cloth around your eyes, you can't see anything. Just imagine you are taken slowly around an area that you don't know at all. It's a new area. But can't you feel it and see that it's a chair, not a bed? It's a chair, not a table. It's a chair, not a dental chair, not a king's chair. Not. It's just a normal chair. It's not an armchair. It's just a chair without arms. Don't you know everything? Even though your eyes are covered fully, can't see anything. It's completely black. But still, by touching, don't you know it's a chair? How did you get that mental picture? Because that similarity of the vibrations makes you to bring the whole thing, not just one. That's how mind works. Same way as mother's touch or mother's smell. When a little baby doesn't know much, doesn't even know its mother, but as soon as you are given to the mother, the usual smell of the mother, which is used to the baby, it vibrates again. She feels safe. Even when the mother vibration or the stimuli mother hasn't occurred yet properly. There is likable touch. How do you get the likable touch? How do you prefer one touch over the other? It's just because it was felt before and it was in the okay range. Because even in the eye, what you can see is the range of the eye itself. If it's the ear, there's hertz, number of like a range of vibration, range of frequency that you can hear. Actually, if you hear a bit more than or apart from that range, beyond that range, it is difficult for the ear. You misinterpret as it's difficult for me. That's a different story. That's a misinterpretation. But actually, it's difficult for the ear as well. So vibration is beyond the normal range. Similarly, the touch. When the temperature is too much, it's just going to burn. But it's optimum. The skin feels okay. This phenomenon is going to happen to an even alarm. If you see, just imagine Lord Buddha walking through a jungle, walking through the city to the king's palace. At that time, there were kings. Just imagine. Doesn't he know that he's going to King Kausala's place? Like his mansion? Yeah, he knows. When it comes to the vision, doesn't he know that this is King Kausala's place? Yes. If you hear about something about The city, don't you know they are talking about that city? Yes. So then what is not there now? What's the difference? This whole thing is fully realized. This power is not there. The life field has no power in it. So it's not felt as happening here. It is felt, but it's not felt as happening here. So it says not falling into any side. Appatitita. It's not falling into any side, either the stimuli side or this side, the self side. So you still feel the sound or the touch in a very subtle way. It's not falling either there or here. As Anidasana, you just have to feel this and see. If you are in the form world and you still can think in that particular moment, that means you haven't pierced the thinking part. And once is trying hard for you to get to this level, the non-form world, and not pierce that world as well. Because you have to feel that the consciousness is nothing to it. It's just the manifestation. Do you understand? So he removes, the Lord Buddha has removed the potential for suffering also when he's doing a discourse or doing a sermon. He's trying hard for everyone to feel all three worlds and actually understand the magic. It's just understanding and feeling the magic. You have to feel the Mama Life here to actually get an idea what this is about. Position level is always the Mama Life here. If it is felt all the time, it's an around. It may not happen that quick. You just have to understand this magic, how this mind is formed, how this consciousness works. Consciousness is just the fast vibration of the sensory faculty. It's the speed that gives you that feel that it's happening here. It's very important. But that's what finally you come to when you pierce the mind. When the mind is not a thing, you directly come to the feel. And you need to actually, you must have practiced this before, otherwise you get flustered due to the vibratory nature. Because you get the idea how much vibration you have there, how bad, how strong the self vibration is. That's your system. And if you have practiced Dhamma properly, you definitely feel the non-vibration as well. Do you understand? Well, Lord Buddha tried so hard to give this Dhamma, and he told that, Lord Buddha told that this Dhamma will carry on for at least 5,000 years. That's the Buddha status, being manifested for 5,000 years, nothing other than that. For the Buddha status to re-emerge, this Aranwase has made so much effort to get this Buddha status to manifest everywhere so that it's easy for everyone to manifest. For that to emerge, your ignorance should go down slowly, steadily, progressively. With the ignorance, you can't actually understand any of these things, that how the self-view works, how the self-perception works, how the self-vibration works. It's one thought. So I hope you understood a little bit of it. Because due to our inability to say these things properly, it might make things harder, but we are trying our best. So, you know that baby had the life failure? Yeah, there's consciousness. There's body consciousness, there's eye consciousness, there's ear consciousness. Yes. Body consciousness is very confusing. Yeah. You try to focus on the body consciousness, you understand that it feels as so real. It doesn't need even the mind consciousness to get involved. It feels as so real. Someone come and tap your shoulder. It is as it is felt here. It's beautiful if you can understand. It's felt as here, happening in this system. Someone tapping the shoulder. You have that perception too. But even without the perception, it's a feel that it's happening here. If you feel some cold air, it's felt as it's happening here. If you feel the warmth of fire pit, it's felt as it's warm here. So the body consciousness is very confusing. That's why people feel like this body is me. Because the body consciousness is such a mirage. And we can't blame them. Because they might say, see, I get burned. Why are you saying it's so painful? Why are you saying there's no, body is not me? I can feel the pain. Yes. But that is due to the sensor function of the skin. It's a bit difficult for you to get this, but if you actually dig into that, you can really feel this. It's a sensory function of the skin. It's a vibration of the skin. The skin has so many receptors in that. They respond to the different levels of touch. That's how you know that we can feel the difference of water and over the hard surface. That's the level of the pressure on the receptors. One level you identify it as water, another level you identify it as wood, another level you might identify it as metal, another level you might identify it as just air, the wind. That's the different levels of the stimuli, different levels of the receptors. So that if the skin is not there, or if the skin is anesthetized, the body doesn't exist. That's how it is. That's beautiful. If you really feel this, understand this, how body function works. How you know that there is a body? Just because there is skin. Oh, there are some other organs in the ear which helps you to keep the balance. You feel as you are doing it. That's the funny part of it. That's the funny part of it. There's a sensory organ which helps to maintain the balance. If that sensory organ is not working, you are flat on the ground. You just fall down. But how do they call it? I lost my balance. That's how we call it. When you know this magic, this is actually, it becomes much easier for you to liberate from the mind and feel the non-vibration. You just need to understand this Dhamma and see, because it's very no one is forcing you to understand this. No one is trying to make you to go somewhere. You're not being asked to sit down in a place with your legs crossed. No one is requesting you to do anything. You just have to see whether you can feel this, whether you can actually understand this. So if you can actually understand this slowly, there's no hurry. This value given to your whole system, the self vibration, the self perception, the self view gets dissolved. It's like power is that particular thought. This is a fight with one thought, actually. Fight with one thought. This one thought which is not even existing because it's a shadow effect of the stimuli. This is a thought that came from the notion that the stimuli is real, even though stimuli is not real. We felt as the stimuli is real, and from that onwards you are in a trap. And this idea never went away in the whole samsara, whole thinking world, whole feeling world. Yeah, this notion never went away. This idea of self has never gone away because you can't even say when it was the first time. You can't really say why. It's a catch-22. So when there is fast vibration of a sensory faculty, there's a live field which mistakenly felt as, because there's ignorance, it's mistakenly felt as it's happening here. So the whole story begins there. So wherever the consciousness is, there is the potential for suffering. But if you have the life field, there's potential for suffering. But if you actually understand this full thought, self-view, self-perception, self-vibration, because if there is a self-vibration, there is a potential for self-perception and the self-view. If there's no big mind, there's a possibility that it's just self-vibration and the self-perception. If there's no big perceptive world, there's a possibility it's just the self-vibration. But this never went away. The whole samsaric journey, this never went away. The non-vibration was never felt. You haven't felt the Buddha status at least once. If you can telepathize into that state at least for a fraction of a second, you know that at that particular moment, the life field was not there. You know, definitely there was never a self. Then what was there? The stimuli. The shadow effect of the stimuli was the life field. It's very important to understand that the life field is just the real feeling we got from the stimuli. But you know now both the stimuli and the self-perception. You know the magic. So the magic, even though the magic continues to happen, what? You continue to feel, you continue to see, you continue to hear, you continue to smell, you continue to taste, you continue to form thoughts also. But there is no that power, the self-view, the self-perception, self-vibration. That power is slowly going to go down, and you can feel the effect. You can feel how calm you are. You can, there's no enjoyment of that either, because you know it's just this system. if you know the truth, if you feel the truth as well, there's no burning whatsoever for whatever the perception you have. It can be the perception, you know the perception, you don't, it's not that you are like having dementia, it's not like you're having a mental breakdown when you can't feel anything. That's not the way. You feel everything and still has no suffering. You can see the sun rising. You can feel how active the birds are. You can feel the morning warm air. Yeah, there's no problem. But there's one big problem solved. The self-view, the self-perception, and the self-vibration. It's all vanishing slowly. To become that can take time. And with the help of the noble teacher is very important. He is someone who has become that. Very important. You can't just talk about, no one actually can talk about, there's no self-perception without feeling it. You can't talk about non-vibration without feeling it. Because it would be an imagination if you're talking about it. The importance of being with the teacher is imperative. It's very important because you kind of tend to stagnate in a lot of areas in this Dhamma. Because you might feel that you know the truth because you know the theory now. You might feel as you know the truth. You might feel that I might become that one day. But if you're just in the path, stream mental path, there's a chance that you might lose it completely if you haven't actually fully felt this. So don't take chances. Try and see what the truth is. Try and see whether you can feel the flow, or are you actually feeling your own skin perception? Is that skin perception true? No, it's just the speed. Just the speed. The more you feel, there's chance of feeling the non-self feel as well, non-vibration. So don't take it as easy as that or difficult as such as well. Because more you put pressure on anything, far away it goes, because mind is used to be under pressure and it will just hold that pressure. You will be, it's difficult to liberate from mind. Cheto Vimukti is after, or the liberation of mind is after fully realizing this Dhamma, that how the mind is formed, what is the potential for mind. If you don't know the potential for mind, there's a risk that it would come again. You're not leaving the root behind. You're actually removing the whole tree with the root so that it never plants again. Never. So there's no chance of suffering again. Does that mean you are going to die here? No, that's not what I meant. It meant this one thought giving you trouble, this self-view, self-vibration, self-perception. That's just one thought. That's all what Lord Buddha lost. He was asked by someone, are you happy now? He said, for what? What did I get to be happy? Then are you sad? Lord Buddha answered, what for? I lost only the thought that everything is there. There's someone here. That's the only thought I lost. Isn't that beauty? Yeah, that's all what is going to happen. Nothing else is going to happen. So don't worry. Try and understand this Dhamma. It's a beautiful truth. It's not difficult. Take it easy and see. You're not letting go of things and keeping you as precious. That's not what this means. This is fighting just one thought. That is self-view, self-perception, and self-vibration. We are not fighting with anything else, actually. But to understand this self-view, self-perception, self-vibration, we need to understand one single stimuli properly. Because it is a shadow effect of the stimuli that you feel as self-perception, self-vibration, self-view. It's a shadow effect of the stimuli. That's why Lord Buddha said, to become a fruition level of Sotapanna, or the stream enterer, what you should do, you should check the stimuli. You should understand the stimuli. Second one, they ask, well, what is the thing to do if you want to become a fruition level of Sakudagami, or one centerer, or one's returner? Lord Buddha said, still, folks, you have to understand the stimuli. Then third, they ask, what is the thing to understand to become a non-returner or anagami? Lord Buddha said, still, Mahanani, still, monks, it's to understand the stimuli. And they ask Lord Buddha, then what is there to do to become an arahant or no returner? Not no returner. No returner is the anagami. Arahant is the status of non-vibration. Same answer. You just have to fully realize the stimuli. It's the same answer, but with different aspects. You fully realize in this single stimuli, but it can be in different levels. So everyone, we will meet again, and we'll have a sermon as well. There's a discussion time in Sri Lankan time, 3 to 5. Hopefully you have time to join that and have a healthy discussion about these topics that we talked about. If you are aware about Buddothpado, Haran once say, he talks about this Dhamma so profound, so beautifully, that it shouldn't be missed. So we invite everyone to discuss this in English medium. May Triple Gem bless you all. We worship Haran Hanse with so much gratitude. Thank you, Dhamma friends. Thank you. Everyone's son. May Triple Gem bless you.
irony, loving and kind. You came like light to free the blind from realms of grace, from heavens above. You walk among us with boundless love. Buddothpada Aryani, Buddothpada Aryani. Seeing the sorrow of mankind, lost in the darkness, confused and blind, you spread the truth so clear, so bright. The Dhamma's flame, the guiding light. The Dhamma's flame, the guiding light. You reawaken Buddha's way, the sasana shining day by day. Through your compassion, calm and deep, you soothe the wound that make us weep. You soothe the wound that make us weep. Buddothpada Aryani, you show the path through gentle words and sermon bells. Step by step, you lead us on until the night the fear is gone. Buddothpada Aryani, Buddothpada Aryani. Nibbana now is not a dream, it flows within like a peaceful stream. Oh Aryani, may we live long, our hearts forever sing your song. May you live long, oh noble guide, in gratitude we stand with pride. Buddothpada Aryani, bright as the sun, may your holy word never be done. May your holy word never be done. Buddothpada Aryani, Buddothpada Aryani.
Good afternoon, everybody. Terasa sir. Terasa everybody. Let's continue with the book reading. The True Dhamma Has Awakened, Volume 2, page number 82, second paragraph. When you apply some effort to go on the path, you might feel that unlike other days, you don't get much attached to anything, neither do you reject anything. Whether you get what you like or not, it would not matter much to you. You would not feel like running after things that you like. You begin to feel a difference in you as your mental fetters, such as lobha, attachment, dvesha, ill will, moha, delusion, begin to dissolve little by little. You begin to feel the wisdom of feeling the dissolving of your mental fetters is called Asavakya Jnana. Asavakya Jnana is a feeling that you feel within you. It is not a thought where you think about. It is only a feeling, not a thought. One day you would be able to feel the wisdom of the Asavakya Jnana. That would be a huge achievement. You will realize that you would not get disturbed, flinch, or waver when you are confronted by the Atalodhana. The Buddha taught us about the Atalodhana, also known as the 8 worldly conditions that influences and agitates the human mind. The 8 worldly conditions are profit, labha, loss, alabha, insult, ninda, appreciation, prasansa, fame, kirti, disrepute, apakirti, sadness, dukkha, and happiness, sapa. 8 worldly conditions are profit, loss, insult, appreciation, fame, disrepute, sadness, and happiness. You will realize that you will accept all these conditions without creating any reaction towards them. You will remain calm and not be shaken by them. You will begin to develop a calm nature towards everything that you would have to face. Finally, you will also realize that you will find yourself just watching everything come and go. At the beginning, you had to put some effort to practice the Pancha Indriya Dharma, 5 spiritual faculties, which are seeing the truth in a thought, saddha. Second, applying effort to see the thought, virya. Third, seeing the truth in each thought and letting it go. Satya. Fourth one, seeing the truth in each thought and letting it go becomes an automatic process or becomes a normal, continuous thing. Samadhi. Fifth one, wisdom that develops and you continue to see the truth in each thought. Prajna. Everybody.
Thervan Saranai Shani, thank you for reading the pages for us and starting the session. The book is The True Dhamma Has Awakened, Volume 2. Thervan Saranai Arenvansa, we worship at your feet. And Thervan Saranai, all our Dhamma friends who have joined the program. This is the English Zoom discussion starting at 2:45 p.m. Sri Lankan time. If I sort of summarize what was read by Shani, it shows the advantages or the benefits a person can achieve by understanding this Dhamma, true Dhamma. Actually, what is experienced by a person who is on the path. Also, it was mentioned that about the 8 worldly conditions, which are described as profit, and the opposite is a loss. Insult, opposite is appreciation. Fame, opposite is a disrepute. Sadness, and opposite is happiness. These are the things that we experience in our day-to-day life. And at least every time there is one of them being experienced. So depending on the ability to tolerate them, there will be ups and downs in the life. So when we understand this mechanism, what is this mechanism and how it happens, how you feel, it's always orientated around the mind, around the self-feeling or the self-existence. So actually, when these facts are clarified, how the thoughts are formed, how this self-existent feeling occurs, then automatically the system or the person will realize that the ability to face these situations become much more easier. Kind of tolerating, the ability to tolerate everything, with a neutral feeling will be achieved, which is something great, I would say. And also the Panchendriya Dharma also was described, I think, for a person who is interested can read from the book because there are 5 steps which are described there. Seeing the truth and then applying some effort, and seeing the truth and letting it go, and then it becomes an automatic process subsequently, which is samadhi, and then the wisdom that develops. So those are the 5 spiritual faculties which are described. And also it was mentioned about the ability to understand that the defilements are dissolving. It's called asavakya jnana. It's a kind of wisdom which is realized by the system. The self or the system is capable of identifying the own defilements and the fact that they are getting less and less. In other words, the attachments or clinging, aversions or rejections or dislikes, and also the delusion of feeling of existence. So these are the 3 main defilements, and it will be felt, actually it's a feel, it will be felt gradually that these defilements become less and less significant in the day-to-day life. So briefly, those are the advantages or the benefits that a person will feel, will experience uh, with the understanding of these Dhamma facts. So either we can discuss along those facts, or maybe if there are any questions, we can start from there. And we welcome all of you. Therwan Saranai, Dr. Kokila, we can start the discussion.
Therwan Saranai, worship Aran Wahanse. I am not sure whether it's Aran Wahanse who has joined. When we were talking about the advantages, actually we can't really say like, I don't know whether we can really say like that, but the path itself is something that you can feel when the burning goes down. So something you feel, but when we explain, we use so many words to give different ideas. Yes, but it's the same burning or same vibration which goes to kind of which not goes to, but which is not going to have the vibration as before. So this is something you can feel, and with you know that there were some words used, I can't remember now. When we understand that none of these thoughts are true, actually they are constructs. They are mental constructs. So mental constructs are not true at all. So to understand that, we have to understand how the mental constructs are originated. If you understand the way that they are originated, only that it won't be a magic. So if someone is knowing how the magic is performed, it doesn't become a magic anymore, and you are not going to love magic output, like if it is a mirage. Basically, if it's a mirage, you never would like it or dislike it, because you know it's not actually there. So likewise, this feeling of self, or the life feel, is actually it is something which is there because of the misunderstanding that the vibration is actually the sensory organ vibration only. So if we keep understanding that this unusual power we have, power which synchronized to the zygote, that power is already here. And if you feel the non-vibration at least once, you will understand the difference between the sensory function with the power and without the power. So that gives you so much wisdom, because you know the power is actually synchronized in the one particular spark, or one particular thought, or one particular stimulus. We can say any word. if that spark is originating from the eye, it can start from the eye, it can start from the ear, it can start from the touch, smell, taste, as well as it can start from thoughts too. So Joel can, or anyone can ask a question as well, even we can have a discussion about anything. So or anyone can bring up a point which you would like to add to the forum as well. But it's important to know that it's something you feel, and the non-vibration is also something you feel. That's the beginning of the no self, non-self perception. You have anything to add, Surangika, or
Dr. Kokila,
yeah,
that those conditional states, I was also going to point out the same thing really about one can't really say benefits or disadvantages because there's no such thing as disadvantages or benefits really. All these are just, even though those conditional states are also they are only as long as the I or the self view is there, because all those are connotations of the mind. And I mean, who feels happiness? The happiness is in relation to the I, isn't it? The sadness is in relation to the I. And there won't be those things if there is that notion itself is a fallacy. So one can't really say these are advantages, disadvantages type of thing. All that is like conventional terminology that is generally used in this mundane world to describe different feelings and sensations, because those are the criteria in which living beings are oscillating, isn't it, in terms of two extremes. And just trying to find something where they can latch on to, whether it's a craving or even an aversion. And those are the things that are typical features of the mundane world, which through the true Dhamma, then the fading of the defilements, they gradually cease to exist, cease to have, there's no meaning, there's nothing that comes out of that kind of terminology, because those things are all understood as you said, constructs of the mind. Sensations and feelings and all are stemming from the mind consciousness, where attachments have been given to various concepts, feelings and sensations, and they have magnified over time through self-vibration. And then those are the things that are constantly latched onto, so all that dissipates with time, with the understanding of the Dhamma and the inner transformation. Yeah, that's all.
yeah. Actually, when there is no, no thing, we can't talk about the good or bad, or the right or wrong, what are the 8 things that was told, was like all the adjectives that we use, but there should be something if we have to put them. So if there's no thing, the value for all we give Actually, this is not even talking in the level that the value, the value, how you feel the value. Value is actually something you feel. So that is what is going to actually disappear, the thing. So in any particular stimulus or spark, what you feel is that the not the sensual world, even in the feel, it is the, if you take the chair, there's so many levels of value, so that you can say, I like my gold chair, but then that would be a different level. But even if the chair is in your dream and you feel it as existent, it's another one. And also, if you're seeing that the seeing part is also rapid vibration of the eye. So it just constructs everywhere. It can be an organ construct or it can be a mental construct. So whatever it is, this burning or this light veil is actually because of not knowing, because of not understanding that is the speed, vibration, speed actually, speed, mainly this is speed, or the rapidity of the vibration, or the frequency of the vibration basically, which gives you that feel of system, which actually goes to feel like the feel of alive feel. So when we take like that, it's if you don't have the if you don't feel the chair, basically there's no thing as chair. There's no, there can't be a good chair or a bad chair. But it's very important now. When Joel used to ask us in the beginning when he joined, how he felt very anxious when people ask him questions in relation to the topics that he doesn't like. So he's kind of trapped in that. So it becomes a thing. And when one becomes a thing, it becomes a thing more and more. It's like, because you try to hide it. You try to hide your, the problem. Because you don't want to show your weaknesses. And then it becomes more powerful, that particular spark becomes more powerful. So more the power, the more the suffering is. It's just the way that is. But when you keep understanding, actually, there's how this magic has happened, how this mind works. Mind is actually, I think, the most prominent organ that any being can have, because it has the ability to give you the world that is there, that as the manifestation. At the same time, you have the ability to understand this all three levels: the form level, the non-form level, the form level, and the sensual level. In human this spark, it is very easy to understand all these levels, so that you can actually get the go to the or feel the non-vibration level, because it's difficult. The worm really can't do that. Worm is already in the feel level mostly. There can be some kind of like minor perceptions, but they are all the perceptions of one kind of maybe the touch, the temperature part. But still, there's a feel of existence and the life is. But the thing is that worm can't sort it out. But the humans with this big mind, full of all the defilements, still, that is where you can actually feel this non-vibration too. So you have to have the mind to actually feel this and also feel the non-vibration. So kind of you feel the one vibration when the vibration is there, you know the difference. But with the time, you will keep understanding more and more, and it's very automatic path, or in the sense involuntary path. So you can't really do anything. If you are trying to do it, is voluntary. So you are trying to do something, we call it voluntary, but then this path is involuntary. That is what people get confused, because they want to do something. All our life, we wanted to do something. So we want to, we want to make our parents happy. We want to do something good. All the good side, bad side, right side, wrong side, everything. It took them as literally as they are. So we had almost every day we have a need to feel the next moment, because we have so much hopes, we have so much ideas. Everything is real. Everything is felt as real. And the feelings are actually masked by the mind. So it's all the thought world. In the thought world, you have this good, bad, the right or wrong. Everything is in the mind world, basically the form world. All the perceptions, you name it, we kind of, you have it. So any perception, any spark, it's just a production of the sensory organ. And sensory organ, when they're synchronized, it forms like a vibration which acts as one vibration, but actually it's not one vibration. It has all the features of all the sensory organs. So even though it acts as one vibration, it has the all other features of the eyes, the ears, the nose, the taste, the touch. The touch component, you have the temperature or everything. So it acts, it literally acts as another new vibration, but actually it's just a combination of. That's why we actually discussed this one day when we come to the house and you smell that burning smell, you know that there's some problem happening. Or if you know that maybe someone is cooking or something like that. How do you get that? How do you get the whole picture? So if you get the smell of pineapple, easy example. You enter the house, just get the smell of the pineapple. How come the pineapple come? But when it happens, just the smell came. You haven't seen it yet, you haven't touched it yet, you haven't tasted it. You just open the door. You haven't gone to the kitchen even. So, but only one sensory function was there. But everything is coming. So that's how it works. It's like in iCloud, if you type something, everything closer to that comes forward, like comes up. So if you type A, everything will come. I mean, you won't be able to find anything just with A, but it's coming with the all the vibrations in even going close to that. So it's really interesting to understand this, how this mind is formed, because more you get this correct, less surprised you are, and it's very difficult then to actually look forward to the spark, because we usually look forward to the spark, the next one, the next one, the next one, because we feel that there's a next one. But whether there's actually a next one, you have to actually feel the non-vibration at least once for you to actually understand it's just in one spark. This whole story is in one spark. So it's really interesting to do this research. I think we are trying to make it easier for you. Joel, do you have any questions today? I think you have asked a lot of questions before, according to a lot of the current issues in the country. You were concerned about stuff, how people were suffering. You wanted to know why people are doing bad things like that. They were like really interesting questions that you were asking, very genuine questions. So, but it brings up the idea that again, we are biased according to our views. So in a tribe, one type of attitude will be taken as godly, very good. But then the same attitude in a European country may be taken as not interesting or not good, or anything. You can compare in any way like this. So we have this good and bad, up and down. So many ideas. But if there is no thing, all these adjectives, all these ideas, all these affirmations, or all surrounding things, the views, they get nullified actually, because you keep understanding to what are we doing this, to which stimuli you are putting this to. There must be, if you think about good, there must be something good. So what is good? So good apple. Well, if we understand that the apple is actually a mental construct, and mental construct means it's a perception. Perception is like a current. How can you otherwise see the apple in the dream? So mental constructs are actually perceptions in the system. They are it's like a current. So in the current, is there apple? Not really, but there's a manifestation. So finally, when you come to understand that even that current you thought that is there, it's actually the speed. It's actually the speed which brought you all that, the manifestation. So that's the beauty of this Dhamma, understanding how apple is nullified. It's not that you can't see the apple. You can eat the apple. You can smell the apple. You can wash the apple. You can do anything with the apple if you like. You can cook the apple also if you want. But that's not the thing. You don't feel that it is actually existing. You basically you are fully aware. If you feel that the apple is existent, that is the feel that is the life feel, basically. That's how the life feel has come. So understanding every and each stimuli is not our plan. I mean, if you have about billion thoughts, are we going to like cut each and every thought and say, is this a thing to me? 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 No, that's not the plan. Understanding this, and actually when you understand that the power goes down, and you might feel in one particular, whatever the stimuli or the spark, that the non-vibration. So you will feel the vibration as well as because you are fully aware that it is the speed of the sensory organ, that you will feel the non-vibration at the same time. So it's really, this is the point where you turn, because you know that now there's no doubt now. There's no doubt because you have already felt that if the spark or the stimuli is not a thing, feel of existence, or the alive feel is not there, you still can. You still may have the sound part of it, not full part of it, but it will be. It's not strong, but still the power is gone. That itself give you the so much opening to the whole Dhamma, because you know it is happening in one stimuli. The self perception is going to break down because you get the non-self perception now, and you're definitely going to get this again and again, because this is going to get powerful, because it's a very strong step. So the Lord Buddha reassure you, this insurance, this is that if you have, or not if you actually, if the system has felt the non-vibration at least once, that system is definitely going to become the non-vibration. There's no doubt. The time duration matters. I mean, some people, the non-vibration is so close to them, their vibration is so close to the non-vibration, they might immediately become the non-vibration. Anything can we add something, Suranka or Dr. Sakuntala?